We're up to 8 days worth of food. What we got? We got a wolf over here. Okay. Let's have a look. You're going to be able to get away from it. You should be able to lead it straight back to a bunch of workers who will, I'm hoping, decide to immediately attack. Let's see. Dunwield. I know, it's ridiculous. This is what I get for letting the Dapper Barons wield their wealth. We've still got another 3 to go, and then we're on to names that aren't Platinum Toast. Right, everyone has jumped the wolf. There we go. Right, so an idea on the trees. So here we have the apple trees, planted near an arborist building and are maintained and harvested by arborists. Production capacity is only at 3%. Tree maturity. Basically, the production capacity matches the tree maturity. Soil fertility seems to play a part. Lifespan in months, 758. Then over here, lifespan in months is only 267, but it will reach its full maturity quite quickly. You can cull it for wood if you must, but probably an awful waste, if I'm honest. Good night, Tanank. "16 villagers graduated. My goodness, that's a lot. Getting some more carcasses. Yeah, honestly, I don't think there's really going to be a grave issue with food. Simply because I suspect we're just going to be able to continue to expand out. 9 people. Sure, I see no reason to turn them away. Right, Padra. Honestly, at this point, I should just copy that. And finally, there we go. I can't believe we're up to Platinum Toast the 14th, chat. Bath is Aborash Kampachi the 2nd. Ice Wolf pick. And Ice Wolf pick the 2nd. Edar will be CC Riddle. Not Riffle. Not with a double D either. Capital D, rather. And Isabetta. Riddle. Angry Bears. It's relative to the current situation, yes. Okay, there we go. All 9. That was a decent amount of the names named. There we go. Very happy with this. Alright. To 101 peeps in this town now. Yeah, definitely getting there, chat. What are you doing? Oh, you bringing... The wagon is cutting across there as a shortcut to deliver wood to the storage cart. That is actually kind of awesome. Not gonna lie. Could make use of that, in fact. But on that note, let's move the storage cart down here so they can gather a bunch of stuff. Right, okay, so we've got our beefs. Now, fodder quality 0%, feed stores. Set the maximum herd size for this building. Any extra livestock will automatically be sent to slaughter. Milk production. Enable milking. Divide herd. Set grazing. I can set the grazing over the farm, I guess. But I do worry that my herd will be vulnerable because it won't be enclosed. I don't know. But we can try it out. Fodder quality is 75. Let's see if I popped it over here, whether it would be better. 85. Okay, so the fodder is much better here. For some reason. And there, it's 82. Hmm. $77. Well, I can have them graze in the field just for science it. I'm not against that at all. But at a later stage, I am going to want a lot of this area enclosed. So, maybe I want to move that inside. Move that up a little bit. Just to here, I think. Thereby... Actually, let me cancel that a second, because I think I may have been about to lay it over something else I want to keep. Let me rotate it. One thing. Yeah. If I rotate it like that, it'll look a lot better. 9 more people. I'm afraid I need to turn you away. I can't house that many peeps. Sad to say. I will eventually need to, but that's going to require a new town centre. 2 new villagers born. One of them needs a name. Abrash Kampachi III. Flax is on the go. How's the facility down here? Keeps wavering. Right, so. Now, I'm not going to have a feed for the winter, unfortunately. Oh, dear Lord, I just nixed the entire field. Oh, my Lord. That was silly. I was thinking about something completely different. Poop. I'm gonna have to do the entire thing again. That was 1000% a derp, yes. That was painful to watch happen. Big oof there. Oh, actually, yeah. Did we not just have an autosave like a few seconds ago? Let's see. Cleared the infection, though. Well, I mean, I guess. That's what happens when you turn people away. I suppose. Suppose I had that coming in a way. Stanko, I'm glad that it wasn't. I'm glad that I'm not alone in that happening to you. Take a little bit to finish loading, unfortunately. An underp option? Nah, that's fine. We'll be fine. Hopefully, it takes ages to load the game though. But hopefully we'll get back in and the field will be there. If not, well, that's just unfortunate, but that's the way it is. We'll just rebuild it. But there's a part of me that is kind of curious though. Because will the farm start with a bunch of weeds again and rocks, considering we had previously completely emptied out the rocks? That'll actually be kind of cool to find out. I suspect it would start full of rocks and weeds. I get a feeling that that would be the case. I would love to be able to make interesting shaped fields like this. Like, I would love it if it was possible for you to define an area. No, unfortunately, they're just starting the process of rebuilding it again. Let me have a quick look. When was the last autosave? Way too long ago. Oh well, that's just the way it is. It was like 10 minutes ago, basically. Yeah, how is that the case? That doesn't line up. 2 hours and 9 minutes and 1 hour and 59 minutes, but the timing on the saves, is it total play time? It must be, actually, because it's only 2 hours and 9 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. It was a derp. Honest mistake. We'll just have to live with it. Yep. Aavak, the timing of the geese laughing at you at the alternate timeline was chef's kiss. Damn it. What a pain in the bum. Right, let's speed things back up. Hopefully we'll be able to get all of this fixed relatively soon, but yeah, that does suck a bit. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for the cows to be brought over, though. Oh, thank you very much for the gifts up there, Revenge. That's super not kind of you. Alright, let's get the beefs along. Maybe. Oh, they're just in global storage. I think they'll... Oh. Oh, there we are. Sure, confirm. Go, go, go. There we are. Beef number 1. And number 2. Going out to gobble down some food out there. Hey, it's Alex. Welcome, Raiders. Let me slow this down a little bit. Hello! I see many swords in chat. What I don't see is many robes in chat. My disappointment is extreme. Weighing on me like absolute inertia. I see some now, but I mean, the colors are close enough. Maybe if I just kind of squint, I can pretend that some of the swords are robes. But hello, Raiders. How is it's Alex Stream. Welcome to a new town, by the way. I decided to take what I'd learned in the first stream and apply it to a different town and see how things went. I hope you had some fun, though. Let's get a shout out in chat. There we go. We also started a new town today. You're about where I was at. Oh, fantastic. We've lost one person so far. We are in year 8. I've done a lot of exploring. There are so many places. Like, food-wise, I should be good. There is an enormous amount of opportunity for me to just get out there and harvest stuff. We're on a random map, playing Trailblazer, as voted for by chat. Got a little work camp up here, and a mine, some shelters to keep them from the biting cold. Work camp is currently harvesting trees, though new trees are growing up behind it, behind the harvesting. Just built a barn. We had 2 farms. Sadly, I accidentally salvaged the building. Don't ask. It's painful. It's a painful memory I would sooner forget. But how did your town do? Have you experienced raids in the new town? If so, how did it go? How can you see the number of resources? You click on down here, resource storage, and then you can see how much you've got stored across the whole map. I mean, you can see the main building resources up top, but this one will show everything. You can categorize them. Show my food storage. I discovered, thanks to chat, I don't know if you know this yet, Alex, but this has kind of revolutionized my my gathering. You can move blueberry bushes. Just straight up go and dig them up, and then put them somewhere better. Only blueberry bushes that we found so far. Hawthorns, hazelnuts, and things like that, no. Mushrooms, no. Bird's nests, no. But blueberry bushes specifically can be moved. That has made some of my foraging areas significantly better. That seems unintended. I mean, I kind of think it's unintended as well. But at the same time, you can simply, like in real life, you can just simply uproot a bush. I mean, depending on how large it is, it might be kind of crazy. I remember one blackberry bush. It was kind of a legendary bush by now. They had built factories in the area of that blackberry bush and had simply decided it was cheaper to build around the blackberry bush than to get rid of it and pave over it. It was enormous. It was like X-Files level. This blackberry bush is actually the size of an entire county and eats people sometimes. Kind of gigantic. It was humongous. So, I mean, you know, obviously we're not dealing with those kinds of titanic bushes here, but still, I mean, in real life you can just move a berry bush. Yeah, blackberry bushes are kind of hard to get rid of. They're like the briar roses of the berry bush family. So I completely understand the factory being like, yeah, I mean, I know we've got all of this ingenuity and engineering and we've got gigantic diggers and stuff, and it's just a blackberry bush, but we'll just go around it. It's going to cost us so much less money. It's going to take so much less time. We'll just redesign our factory around this massive blackberry bush. And so, people just carried on gathering fruit from that blackberry bush. Like, whenever it was in fruit, you just go up there and there would be families worth of people gathering from the same thing at the same time. And it just... You could walk for a ways. Like, you could see them, you could shout to them, but you'd have to walk a ways to get to them. It was just enormous. I've never seen anything quite that large since. Like, in terms of, like, just a fruit area. I've seen, like, farmed fields of stuff, obviously that big, but just, yeah, it just grew up there. And it was like, yeah, no, I'm the king of this forest. Self-air, already named. I'm loving the fact that names perpetuate. It's perfect. I hope they named the factory after. That would have been amazing. Now, I am quite concerned about the fact that we don't have much... Oh, no, we've got feed stored. Huh. And the fodder quality is now 100%. Okay, so the farms do get in the way, I would say. Yes, the farms absolutely get it. Right. Okay, so the way this works then, I'm going to say, is that the... Once there's animals there, it'll tell you what the quality is. And the fields straight up are 0 quality. Still had trouble with food a bit. Seems there are some imbalances with quantity of food and spoilage. Like, one leek harvest is 1,700 food, but it's so much... 2/3 of it will spoil in a year. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's like, though, in real life. I wonder, did you have any barrels? Bonus per barrel is 5% spoilage reduction. So you could pull down spoilage by 50% by having a full set of barrels in a root cellar. But yeah, so some of the crops do produce enormous amounts of food. And I kind of feel that they're probably... The idea is that look, yeah, if you have anything but a small field of this crop, you're going to end up with more food than you're going to be able to eat. Because I had one plum tree in the house I lived in before this one. And that was more plums than... It wasn't just more plums than I could physically eat. It was more plums than I would want to eat in a year. It is shocking how much one fruit tree can produce. So, applying that to like a large field of a single crop, I could see it. I could see it being absolutely bonkers. Barrels have the downside of needing iron ingots, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I've got a nice big old iron mine over here, so I'm kind of happy with that. But, and we have, for sign... Oh, crap. We have seen quite a lot of people making use of the temporary shelters. During the coldest months, where when it becomes deathly cold, they'll just all pile on into these shelters to keep warm. Right now, we don't... Well, actually, no, we still need both of them. But it has been nice to see that working. Uh-oh. Food stocks are low. Wow. Yeah. That's gonna suck. Not gonna lie. Your herd is suffering from a lack of food. Status is reduced by 5%. Cold weather is affecting your livestock. Status is reduced by 0%. Enable milking. Milk production, 99%. Marvelous. Oh, they're actually stocking livestock feed. So they're getting stock from somewhere. I'm going to have 2 people working. Take care of my beasts, please. But have you made much use of work camps and temporary shelters at Alex? I've had a couple of people asking in chat, like, are they any useful or how to make use of them? I had used work camps in my previous run, quite extensively actually, but I haven't used too much with the shelters. This is the first time I've seen them really getting a lot of use. Like right now, we've got people who don't even work up here taking shelter in these places. I don't know if we can use cows to fertilize the fields during fallowing the fields, I'm afraid. Not sure. Yeah, my parents got a few fruit trees in the garden. Even with baking cakes, making jam, they are giving out the jam to anyone who does not run fast enough and still have about a decade worth of... No, exactly. It is actually kind of shocking. I really did not appreciate how much fruit you could get from a single fruit tree. Well, plums specifically. I've got a pear tree now in the garden and an apple tree in the garden where I live currently. But, yeah, the plum tree was just ridiculous. It wasn't even a large tree. But you would have bags, big canvas bags full of plums. I would stew it all down, freeze it, and then use it through the year. But I'd only get through maybe a quarter of the fruit before my freezer was full of, like, bags of, like, you know, like food bags of stewed plum. So I've just given it away rather than let it rot. So, though it got to the point, like after I'd been there a couple of years, I would just let the fruit fall from the tree and rot on the ground and just go back into the tree. There was no point in me even collecting it. I still had bags of frozen stewed plums from the last year or the year before. Though I did read that if you always take the food, if you always take the fruit from the tree, that can actually degrade the quality of the tree because you're not really putting, unless you're intentionally refertilizing the ground. So sometimes it's good to allow the fruit to just rot back into the ground. Right, we are struggling with firewood. Maybe I am going to have to put on a second one in the end. Because we're not hurting for logs at all. Yeah, let's go ahead with another firewood splitter. Tuck it to the side, make it look nice. Yeah, food banks don't accept. Well, I know they don't accept plums. I don't know if there are other fruits that they'll accept, but they don't have the sort of shelf life for them because they would then need to store it in some way, and it is it just doesn't work. Okay, they've got plenty of food again. And yeah, they're producing milk. Marvelous. And yeah, exactly, Buttersray. The rotting fruits will also feed quite a lot of critters. We had loads of birds in the garden. We have stupid amounts of birds in the current garden. I'm really tempted to set up some bat boxes as well. Got massive, massive trees. Quite like this is a well, it kind of is technically a 3-story house because it's built on multiple layers. So at the back, it's 3 stories tall. At the front, it's 2 stories tall. But it's like an old kind of Victorian house. So it's quite tall. But the trees dwarf the house. I hear bats outside quite often in the night. So I've been thinking about setting up some bat boxes really high up. Right, let's speed things up again. I think we should be good. Having 2 people help out there is going to be a lifesaver. Firewood is low. Another year with no one dead. Hooray. Livestock animal born. There we go. Another beefs. Can I name the beefs? Hello, beefs? Can I name you? I cannot name the beefs. My disappointment is excessively distressing. Right. New villager born. Faldor shall from henceforth be known as Yule of BTR. Welcome to the colony. The beef's name is Lunch. It's funny enough that I've always lived somewhere where bats are pretty common. In the place with the plum tree, just down from the bungalow, because it was a fairly small little place. It was the first place that I rented when I moved to Scotland. There used to be like an underpass that they had repurposed it to make into a bat roost. So it was all sealed off, like the bats could easily fly in there, because they'd made other ways to cross the road. So yeah, they just converted it into a bat roost because there was a very good bat population in the area. So it was a massive long tunnel, and if you just went down there and kind of sat nearby to one of the entrances of night, just as they were kind of rousing and becoming active, I'll be honest, it was quite pretty, but it was also cacophonous. They're noisy when they're waking up. And then before that, back in Wales, I lived right next to an enormous castle, so obviously bats were a thing there. I wonder how frequently they have offspring. I guess we'll find out. Birth rate 1 a year. Oh, okay, there we are. That's nice. This is still an area for our forager to gather for. Villager stricken with a bone fracture. Were you working? Yeah, a mine. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Fractured bones can lead to improper healing and infection unless treated by a healer. Well, that's a problem. Because healers are bloody expensive. I do not have a lot of money. Alright, chat, let's try and increase the desirability a bit more then. Oh, Italis, if you're still here, mate, did you manage to get to tier 3? Did you have any luck figuring out if fruit sellers do anything without barrels? I assume they do. I've simply been assuming that they do the whole time. Maybe they don't, but I know you can store them in a storehouse, but I specifically forbid it to make sure that all of the food goes into the root cellars. I've assumed that that's the right place to put it also. A healer will improve desirability, that's true. That is a very solid point. Could perhaps move you. Problem is, if I move you over here, you're going to be outside of the range of the hospital. You're going to be out... sorry, the school. You're going to be outside of the range of the market. How big is a healer's place? I could scooch it in here if I move that, though. That being said, I could... move that house down and fit one in there. Yeah. If I move that down, I can run a road up here and have the healer right there. It still gives me enough room for various other bits and bobs around the back. That'll work. When Ethel stopped, he was having issues with too much raw meat spoiling from being unsmoked. Yeah, have I made my second smokehouse? I have, yeah. Because I was kind of struggling with that. But it looks like we've now gotten to the point where all of the meats are being smoked. Housing shortage. Well, yeah, that's because you just took a house away and you haven't rebuilt it yet. Actually, is that a viable path up here? Oh, it is. Oh, gloriousness. I could run that path there, or I could go along this road instead. Then up. Sure, we'll do that. And I kind of like having the place a little bit more squirrely. We're going to be just shy of being able to afford that. Let's get you down here so that you can help get that built. Right, we planted 416, we got 390, the fertility was 59. Fertility has now increased, but... oh my god, the first thing I noticed is that the tooltip for blueberry bushes actually suggests relocating them closer to your storage. Don't point out that I've been oblivious to something for so long. It's very rude. Haven't found any game for a while. Really? Ah, we've overhunted. Right, well. Well, that's kind of interesting, given that... dare I hunt the wolf over there? I'm a little concerned. Have all of them not been able to... like, is that just because it's winter? Yes, I know there's a predator sighted because I just told my hunter to go and find them and say hi. Please finish it off. Oh, my lord. Why have you failed? You were doing so well. Did you just bleed out? Well, craptacular. 0 and 8, you suck. And there's a fire. You suck so hard. Worst thing is, because we don't have a healer... Damn it. Because we don't have a healer, they won't get taken back. Oh no! Traders are leaving. I'm not paying enough attention. Too many things going on. Oh, I bet they had clay as well. That's regrettable. However, they are actually willing to purchase these for a decent amount. We've got 24 days. I'm going to go ahead and bring 20 shoes in. Poopy Pants, thank you very much for the 5 months. Oh, what a name. I don't know if they'll go and rescue them. It is possible they might. But I don't believe they will if you don't have a healer for them to go to. Sadly. Villager cured. Well, I mean, at least the miner is okay. When engaged in combat, villagers can sometimes be mortally wounded. If left without treatment, they will succumb to their injuries. In order to heal a villager wounded in combat, you need a healer's house with an employed healer. If a healer is available, other villagers will automatically take any wounded villagers back to the healer's house for emergency treatment. It's like you're insulting me, game? Well, that's our second person dead. The villager has passed away. Okay, year 9, 2 deaths. Not the worst, but certainly could be improved. Five villagers graduated, though. Hey, I don't appreciate your tone. I'm sure you don't. I don't appreciate my hunter deciding to go and hunt a wolf with a sword instead of a bow. But here we are. Now, the problem I see is I could easily send you out there to do it the same again. But maybe I should not. I feel that perhaps this would be a bad idea. It could honestly have just been the case that it was winter, a particularly long winter. And so they didn't manage to get a bunch of hunting done. I don't know. I'm going to set them back to... I'm going to have them specifically just hunt the balls for now. We'll see how that plays out. Until I've got a healer, I think that's probably the best course of action. Oh! Where are we getting that clay from, chat? Never mind then. Guess we are going to hunt the wolves. Wolf hunting commence. Also, a bunch of our houses just leveled up, despite having the healer there. But clearly they... Yeah, that's got a monthly cost of 30. We should be having to spend an enormous amount. But Ice Wolf Pick has taken up the mantle of healer. Well done, you. Got to increase the desirability along the furthest edge, but everything along the middle now should be upgrading. Have a little shrine over here, perhaps. Expensive, but may well be worth it. Close to having that field done, but we're almost through the year again. Oh, fantastic. We finally got this ready to go. Right, let's add the compost over there. It's been a long while coming, that. I bought 105 clay. Right. Completely forgot.